Hello YouTube, my name is Nick, and today I'm going to be bringing you a review of the 2018 release of Harm and Salvation by Maladie. This is released by Apostasy Records. If you're not familiar with this band, it is a very large band with a lot of members. 7 or 8, I believe. I'm very familiar with this band. If you've ever seen any of my videos from years past, their last album, 2015 release, Still, was my album of the year. This is a very special band. This is a very unique band that deserves way more attention that they ever will get, probably. This is a band that does really strange music, really strange metal, even stranger than probably most of anything you've ever heard. This is one of the most complex and inspiring metal bands and albums in particular that I've ever come across. I never thought that they would make another album kind of like Still. Then they released an EP after that, which was pretty good. But this is the next full length in their discography, and my god, guys, this album has totally taken my life away from me. I've been hopelessly addicted to this thing since the first time I put it in my car. I've listened to it digitally several times. Let's start with the vocals. You get a little bit of everything with the vocals on this album. Absolutely maniacal screams and wails and high-pitched noises, and you get some growls here and there, which you didn't really get much of from their past releases. And you get some clean singing, like a lot more than the last album. And the huge variety of vocals actually make it a little more uncomfortable, because there's a technique that they're using here where they almost sing out of key sometimes on purpose, it seems like. And it just adds to the atmosphere. This is a very dense and powerful album that takes a long, long time to really digest. There's so much going on, you might have to fiddle with your stereo or however you listen to things to get the right production that you like, because there's sax on this, there's I think 3 guitarists, a lot of vocals, some layering going on, ambience, atmosphere, just everything culminates into this delicious package of horrific, blackened, weird-ass metal. I cannot say enough adjectives about this album, because this would be like a 90-minute video if I tried to go over everything. But one thing that really stands out to me are the lead guitars for this band. It's almost scary how simple some of the leads are, but how addictive they are and how infectious they are. Maladie joke. It's just, you want to hear it forever. Like, there are some money riffs on this album that just make me, like, want to stop listening to all of their music and just listen to this, because I had to force myself to stop listening to this and listen to the other stuff that I have piling up, because I would just play it over and over and over again, because I never got tired of it. There are just so many fantastic, amazing, memorable moments on this album. The drumming is quite improved, honestly, from the last album. This is also a very lengthy album. It's almost 70 minutes, about 65, I think. But songs like De Pugnaire, Abominaris, which is probably the weirdest song in their whole discography, Profundidus, which is the song they put out first, which is probably my favorite song. Good lord, guys. Like, if you ever want to take my word for anything, stop this video right now and go listen to this immediately. It's probably not going to tickle everyone's fancy for how, like, maniacal and, like, uncomfortable and how weird things get. There's a lot of moments where the vocals will probably put you off, but you have to put yourself in a different kind of mindset when you're listening to something like this. It's purposely weird. It's purposely done how it is. They spent a lot of time on this album It's extremely detailed. Like I said, the production you might have to fiddle around with because there's just a lot going on. And nothing gets too sloppy. And it just all comes together to make this absolutely delicious album. I cannot be any happier with this, really. The last album was my album of the year, and I might actually like this album more. There are more, I guess, more memorable moments on this album. Like, the last album had a ton on its own, but it's just like one after another. It never stops being just... It's jaw-dropping, let me say that. This is one of those albums that I really hope gets more attention now or later sometime. I'm also kind of sad that it didn't get a vinyl release this time, because I have the vinyl for their last album, and the digipack definitely isn't as nice, but that's okay. I'm just glad that it's here. This is an album that I'm honored to own. This is one of those legacy albums that'll go down in my history as one of my all-time favorites. This is absolutely incredible. Like, I'm probably just going to start looping here, but this is one of those albums that you have to take my word for, and you have to go listen to yourself at least a couple times, because it did take me a couple times to really appreciate what was going on, because it is marginally different from their last album, especially in the vocal front. Like, the vocals are so crazy. It's insane how much they're able to do. Just all kinds of moments, tear-jerking, frightening moments, to inspiring leads and almost like power metal kind of stuff with all kinds of influences from every genre I can possibly think of. It's an all-around fantastic album, and more people need to know the name Maladie. I think the band is based out of Germany or France, one of those. But again, it has a bazillion members. There's a lot going on here. I think the inside picture only shows 3 guys, but they have a full-time sax player, and that's another thing I forgot to mention. In the last album, they used the saxophone to build into these huge epic moments, like their song Semi Vivus, one of the most epic sax moments of all music history, with the kind of a small build-up into the huge, just epic sax solo. But they kind of use it a little differently here. They use it to add ambiance and atmosphere, more so than use it as like a typical saxophone, just kind of soulful and stuff like that. They use it to be kind of creepy. They use it not the traditional way, not traditional playing. They're actually trying to mix it up with this, which I really appreciate, honestly. So I think that's where I'm going to leave this off. This is a modern classic. If you see reviews from me, they're probably going to be pretty positive. I'm going to try to do more reviews here because I've found the love again. Albums like this and many others that are coming out this year are just blowing my mind and blowing my wallet out. But come on, guys. Give these guys some love. Link will be in the description to their Apostasy page, their Bandcamp page, stuff like that. It'll be down there. Go check them out, please. For a score, I'm going to be a sweetheart and give this a 10 out of 10. Absolutely jaw-dropping, breathtaking, just spine-tingling, chill-causing, every kind of hyperbolic analogy I can use. Just good lord, guys. The band sees this. Keep up the good work. I love you guys unconditionally. And I think that's where I'm going to leave this off. I'll see you in the next video. I don't know what it's going to be. It's probably going to be I got some more metal stuff. But I'll see you later. Mwah.